Howdy, it's Annie Oakley back with you. Hope you've had a great day. Everything in your life is going well. I actually have had a fantastic day. So, every once in a while, everybody needs to have a fantastic day. Gold is over 4,000. Last I checked, silver was 48 and some change, that's pretty wild. But it's what's going on. I'm going to reiterate to you, hang on to your coins that have copper in them. You know, the pre-82 pennies, the old Wheaties, half dollars, nickels. You know, if you don't need them, hang on to them. Put them in a bucket, set them out of the road, and forget about them for now. Don't forget clear about them. Or that wasn't spoken very well, but yeah, just hang on to them. We all, in the meantime, we've got to hang on to some monopoly money. That's what we use to pay our bills. It appears to me that our monopoly money is dying at an alarming rate. I mean, I could see the writing on the wall a while back, but it seems like it's just went into overdrive overnight. And that's what we got to have to pay our bills with. So hang on. And I'm going to also mention this again. The Dodd-Frank law. If you've got, a lot of money in your checking account or savings account, whatever account, the Dodd-Frank law talks about bail-ins. They used to do bank bailouts. The government come in and help the banks stay solvent. Well, now, allegedly, they can just scoop in and help themselves to your piggy bank. So, I don't have that problem of a massive amount of cash in my checking account. I try to keep enough in there to pay my bills. And that's why I'm here. I like to be able to convert some of my monopoly money into real money, silver or gold. But certainly keep your dry powder around. And please remember this. I am just a wife out here on the prairie, minding my own business, working alongside my husband, trying to keep our farm going. And definitely not a financial wizard, far from it. So I'm glad that you're listening to my video, but definitely do your own research so you know and you feel confident if you decide to convert some of your worthless monopoly money into real money. They're still saying certain places silver's getting more difficult to source, and that could lead to some premiums. It has before. The central banks continue to stock up on gold and silver. And, we need to do what they say, what they're doing, not what they say. Jeffrey Gunlock and some of the financial wizards of our time, and I put that in air quotes, they are encouraging people to change their portfolio models. Instead of 60-40, Some of them are saying do 60, 20, 20, or do 25, 25, 25, and 25. Stocks, bonds, T-bills, and precious metals. Gold is what they say. So keep that in mind. I mean, I try to, like I said, I don't have any big bank accounts to worry about, so whatever. I am not a fan at all of stablecoin, and the Genius Act to me it gives me a headache trying to sift through that. Stablecoin, it is the best way to track and trace everything you do. Not only will every purchase that you make be tracked, every doctor's appointment, every dentist appointment, every blood test, everything you do is going to be in the electronic mess of things. So that's one reason that I am so against CBDCs. Think how many people are going to lose their jobs that work at the bank. I told my banker 5 years ago, our farm bank, that CBDCs were coming, and he goes, "What's that?" And I told him, and he just sat there with a blank look on his face. And I told him at the time, "You will lose your job if this gets rolled in." Well, here we are. And I would much rather deal with people at the bank. I am so against CBDCs because I feel like even though they might seem nice when it first starts out, just swipe a card and off you go. But it's going to get to where you will be punished if you do not follow what you're supposed to be doing. If you go to the doctor and you've got any health issue and you buy the wrong thing at the grocery store, you'll get penalized for it. If you get on social media and make a negative comment about a leader, in air quotes, you will be punished. And there are countries that punish their people greatly. Some of those same countries are encouraging their people to stock up on gold and silver. In India, it's almost a crime if you don't own your own body weight in silver. That's how they do things. And I don't think it's important for everybody to own their own body weight in silver or whatever. But it is a way to protect yourself and your family against a disaster. Because if you need to go to the farmer's market and get a gallon of milk and, some hamburger, you can break out an ounce of silver and you'll be going home with it. If you show up with any of this, I don't know. If things got in a really bad situation, especially if the dollar continues to fail, I mean, if I had a farmer's market and you showed up there with an ounce of silver and wanted to purchase something for me, I would make it work. But not with that. That's just my opinion. That's just me. So the big beautiful bill to me is not that big, and it's not that beautiful of where the Genius Act came out of. And something else I was kind of thinking about this evening. about the big beautiful bill. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me almost of Build Back Better. It's kind of weird, you know? Kind of little bit of similarity there, maybe. I don't know. Also, the people that have lost money in the crypto markets, most of them can never get it back. I heard something on the news today about some guy that got hacked on his, I don't know which one it was, but he's lost $2 trillion. Now that's a lot of money for one individual, but he's not getting it back, and the guy is very upset, which who wouldn't be? But just be careful and think it over very carefully before you agree to go along with something that when you try to undo it, you find out it can't be undone very easily. Anyway, if you're new to stacking and you don't know where to start, I didn't know where to start really when I really got after it. I started with rounds because I wanted to go for the weight, and I wanted to get as much as I could as fast as I could. And in hindsight, I think that was a good thing to do. As time went on and I continued stacking, I branched off a little bit and started getting into 90%. And, it's harder to accumulate a lot of weight doing that, but I like the fact that it's our history and it's real money. And I can use it anywhere. When I first started stacking and I did have some extra money, I thought it'd be pretty cool to order a 100-ounce Valcambi bar, and I ordered one from SD Bullion. I also ordered a bunch of rounds from those guys when I first started out, and I really liked that 100-ounce bar. It was very cool. But the more I thought about it, for me, it just didn't make as much sense. I felt like I needed to break it down some. And also because a lot of people have a hard enough time accepting an ounce of silver. How are they going to accept a brick of silver? So I took it to my coin shop guy, Eric, and he traded me eagles for that 100-ounce bar, and we were both happy. So think about that. I mean, because right now the 100-ounce bars, a lot of coin shops are having trouble getting rid of them. I mean, just think about it. Unless you don't have any need to get rid of it for quite a while, and if you are in a business where you need a big lump sum of money right then and there, well, there you go. But how are you going to prove to someone that that's real silver? That's another issue that you'd have to deal with. So just think about that a little bit. Also, if you are thinking about getting into silver or gold, just do as much research as you can, but I would not be homesteading on that idea for too long. Once again, not financial advice, but I am of the opinion that the precious metals are going to continue going north for a while. I mean, yes, I see pullbacks, and that's a good thing. It'll give us all time to get a little bit more. So think about what having to pay premiums on stuff that we're really not having to right now, which I'm real thankful for. Let's see. I am going to finish this off telling you that I had mentioned in my last video that I was going to persuade Mr. Oakley to go to the coin shop with me today. And guess what? He took me. Yes, a little begrudgingly, but we went. And he's trying, to understand why I am so, I just feel a sense of urgency, and he doesn't, which is, it's okay, because I may be wrong, it could all drop tomorrow, and I could be stuck with a bunch of expensive silver that I'm going to have to set on for another 20 years or something. But I don't see that happening. Anyway, today when I went into my coin shop, the lady that works there, her name's Sheena. She is the sweetest lady. And I had called ahead and she had pulled a few things out. And I told her that I was going to be very judicious on whatever I picked out. And they did not have the selection that they normally do, but they had a pretty good selection. So I'm going to share that with you guys real quick and get out of here. I got a few JFK's 90%ers, and I was unable to get any Benjamins, which was kind of sad. I got this very cool round. I liked it. Trying to learn to hold this so whoops, so you can see it. I got a total of $10 face of dimes and quarters, just a couple. Then I got this. I thought it was kind of interesting. It's a round Golden State Mint. Then I got this tarnished $1986 Lovely Lady. I got an old Silvertown bar. I got this Philadelphia Centennial City. It says 1876 to 1976. Little vintage piece. Then I got this National Refiners Assays, and it's got a number on it. I got this Buffalo bar. It says made in the USA. It's about all it says on it. Then I got a couple of these Silvertown bars. I liked them. And then I got this guy. This is the only one of these I got. a 1982 Prospector. I think the other ones I have, I think they're 1984s. I just have to go back and look, but I think that's what they are. And then I got 12 Wheaties for 4 cents each. Right on. Thought that was pretty cool. And I think, yep, that's the end of my purchases. So when I went out to the car, I got in there with my box, and my husband said, "How much did you spend?" And I gave him a figure, and he flinched. And I let that hang in the air for a moment. And then I go, "Just kidding. I didn't even spend that, half of that." And I told him I want to get a few, maybe 20, 25 Eagles if I can. So that's where we're at. I think I kind of got out a few on those, which I'm sorry for. Anyway, you all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Stay safe out there, and keep believing, keep looking ahead, keep your faith, keep your head on a swivel. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. This is Annie Oakley out. Bye-bye.